Looking to get more out of your heavy mace? Try out this exercise in your next workout. Depending on the weight of your steel mace, the same exercise can give you mobility and stability benefits or strength benefits. It also can provide all of the above. I'm teaching an exercise today that I teach in many of my classes because it's excellent for mobility and stability while also for strength if you use a heavy mace. It's a very simple but powerful movement, and it can be used in your warm-up, your cool down, or as a main exercise during your workout. So without further ado, let's get going. Today's movement is really quite simple. All we're doing is we're pivoting between stances as we press the weight over our heads. And it confers a lot of benefits because we're opening up our hips, managing our spinal position, and pressing the weight overhead, which all inherently requires a lot of mobility and stability. Now I'm gonna demo this with a 10-pound mace to begin, and then I'll switch to the 20-pound mace. So there are 3 positions we're going to be doing. First one is essentially going to just be a front lunge. And I'm going to be holding the mace in front of myself like so, one hand in front of the other. I am going to have my right arm further out if my right leg is forward. And this will just be for the lighter mace. This will make it easier to hold because of where my hand is in relativity to the balance point of the mace. I'm gonna hold here and I'll get kind of low in my lunge. Next, I'm going to pivot into a front lunge and bring the mace roughly in front of my face or across my forehead. Finally, I'm going to finish my pivot into another lunge, pressing all the way overhead, ideally with straight arms, and still keeping the mace horizontal, so parallel to the ground. That's position 3. So I'll go back to position 2, and then position 1. Like I said, the movement is really simple. There are a couple of basic keys. First one, with our lower body. As I'm pivoting, my hips are going to be square in a front lunge. I'm going to pivot, so my hips are square, my shoulders are square in the same direction, and then I'm finally going to pivot the opposite direction from my initial starting point, and also my shoulders and hips are gonna be square in the same direction. So I'm looking to keep my shoulders, my hips square in the same position as I go through this movement. The second thing with the press is that I'm really keeping this as circular as possible. So if I were to just pivot without a lunge, I'm bringing it from in front of my body, bringing it up towards essentially a front rack, and then overhead. And so I'm looking to make this nice and circular. And this is really excellent for our balance, joint stability, and coordination. The lighter mace is really versatile and very flexible. It allows you to explore a movement, explore a range of motion, and get benefits while not actually straining yourself. To use a heavier mace, though, is going to change the mechanics of the movement a little bit and also enable you to get the benefits of the strength a little bit more. So you can do this a couple of different ways, but essentially the basic stances are the same and the basic upper body positions are the same. The only change is what your hands are doing. So which hand is forward and which hand is behind. That is really what we're going to be playing with. So from that front lunge once more, if I have, just like with the light mace, my right leg is out, so my right hand is out, further from the head of the mace, I'm going to be pulling into that position and pushing overhead, just the same. And what you'll notice is that the hand closest to the mace is going to be working harder because of the way that the heavy mace has its balance point situated. It's closer to the head of the mace. That'll just be a more dominant exercise of that top hand than the bottom hand. Whereas if you switch, the bottom hand, that right hand in this scenario, is going to be doing more of that heavy lifting, but it may feel like a little bit of a different exercise. It'll feel a little bit more like a one-handed press instead of a two-handed press. So this is the exercise, essentially just pivoting between stances and then pushing into a press. Explore it, figure it out, and try it in your workouts. The light mace works great in warm-ups and cool-downs. The heavy mace works great as kind of a main exercise within your primary working sets of your workout. Give it a shot. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know in the comments if you have any questions. If you want to fast track your mace training, be sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I will see you on the next Flow Made Simple video. Peace.